Hey everybody, I'm doing something a little different today. We're doing a bit of a throw with me story time kind of thing. So if you're not into more long form videos, then feel free to skip this. I'll be making reels as usual. But if you want to hear, I guess, about how I started my business and where I'm at now, feel free to stick around. So you guys, first off, I started making pottery in high school. I was really bad at it. Like, I was so bad that my parents didn't even want to keep what I made. But over time, and through many different opportunities, I was able to improve. And eventually it kind of clicked for me. But I wasn't really able to continue doing pottery. There's a lot of other things in life. And pottery was not my calling at the moment. You know, I had other things, school, getting married, other things on my mind. Well, come 2021, it was the anniversary of my mom passing away from lung cancer, and I felt really inspired to make something that would be kind of a physical object that I could look at and I could think of her. So I went to a local studio and I rented a wheel, and I made a very bad planter. It had been a very long time since I had thrown, and I even forgot to put a hole in the bottom, so it was really more of a bowl, but it turned out pretty bad. But that experience reminded me of how much I really did enjoy throwing on the wheel, how much I enjoyed making pottery, and I kind of felt like it was my calling. So I went home and I told my husband, you know, I think this is something that I want to do. Like, I think this is what I want my career to be. And he said, okay, well, let's look into the cost. Let's look into what it's going to take to make this happen. So we did. And I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty expensive. I don't know if we can do it. Now, at the time, I was living in my father's basement. He was being very generous and charging us much lower rent than the current market value. And so, between the blessing of having a little extra income on the side for not paying rent, and a few other just lucky circumstances, if you believe in, you know, coincidences, you could call it a coincidence. I believe it was a miracle, but anyway, I was able to get all of the resources I need, including a kiln, for the amount we could afford. And then my mother-in-law even chipped in as a Christmas gift to get me a wheel. So I really had everything I needed. And my husband said, okay, you have everything you need. The rest is up to you. You have to keep yourself afloat. I was like, okay, this will be hard, but I think I can do it. And I did. Thanks to all of you amazing people, I've never been in the red. There have been some tough months, but I mean, that's kind of the life of an artist. And so I was living my dream, honestly. It was amazing. I was able to create whatever I wanted, but especially mimics. They're my favorite thing, and I'm really glad that it's y'all's favorite thing too. And I ran my own hours and made whenever I wanted, and it was just kind of amazing. But dreams don't last, unfortunately. And my dad came up to us and said, hey, you guys need to have a plan. You guys need to find your own place. And we did have a plan. We had talked about it with him before, but I think he was getting anxious to get his house back. The plan was, when my husband finished school, we'd own our own house, because he would be making a lot straight out of industry, straight out of school, straight into industry. And so that was the plan. And he was supposed to finish school in roughly June. But my dad wanted a date, and we figured, well, if Josh finishes in June, July, gets a job in August, I guess we'll leave in September. So that's how things went, except for the fact that Josh's school kind of screwed him over. They kept saying, oh, you can't graduate, you need one more credit. You can't graduate, you need this. So he didn't end up graduating till late August. So September was around the corner, and my dad said, "Okay, time to go." And we were like, really? Okay. Josh isn't done with school, and he doesn't have a new job. We can't really afford to rent a place, let alone buy a house. And my dad loves me, but he wasn't exactly super sympathetic. But regardless, we found a place. And luckily my husband has gotten a new job, so we don't have to worry about putting food on the table. You have no idea how much that relieves me. But unfortunately, this place does not have enough space for a studio. Now, I've been really lucky in that I have a friend who's let me put my wheel in her home and my kiln in her home so that I could finish custom orders. But unfortunately, the space that she has to provide me is not really enough. It's enough to get by, and I'm so grateful for it. I really am, because I can finish my work. I can finish my custom orders and make sure everyone's as happy as can be. But it's just not going to work well long term. And so I don't know what's going to happen. We're up to the present, and the best that I can do all the time is this mini wheel in my kitchen. And so I'm hopeful that I might be able to get a job or maybe get a grant that can help me provide some money for a studio space of some sort. But until then, I'll just be here making minis in my kitchen, doing the best I can. And I know that's not enough for some of you, and so if you leave, I understand. But to those of you who choose to stick around and work with me in this tumultuous time, I really appreciate it. And I don't know what the future will bring, but I'll keep you posted. So I guess just thank you for being on this journey, and wish me luck.